Hi guys, so we are going to be talking about the area formula for a circle. So when you look at a circle, you know it has a radius, which you guys learned is the distance from the center of the circle to the edge. So when you look at a circle, you can actually think about a radius square where you would draw two radii, like that fancy word, two radii that form that 90-degree angle to form a square. So this radius is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The area of that radius square would be a 6 by 6, which is 36 units square. So if you think about our circle as 4 radius squares, we can use that information to help us find out what the area would be. Now we could find the area of the whole square because if this radius is 6 and the diameter is 12, so a 12 by 12 would be 144. But you guys can tell with this little outside edge piece here, we have more area than what's actually in our circle. So what we're going to do is we are going to try and figure out how much of that huge 4-part radius square is actually circle. So we're taking all this extra and we are going to tape it down in this box so that we can see just how much it is. So I'm going to just start taping these pieces down, and I'll pause and come back when they're done. Okay, so you can see here that we are done filling in our square. And if you look at it, it looks like it's probably about 4.5 full squares that weren't used. So we used 3, and then almost maybe like 31 of the 36 squares here. So if I actually take that and turn it into a ratio, 31 divided by 36 gives me 0.86. So I used 0.86. So that means that of the 100% that's here, that's about 14% of this square that I didn't use. So I used 3 whole squares and about 14 hundredths of that 4th square. So hopefully when you see this number, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I know that number. That's actually pi. So our area of any circle, if you take a radius square, it will take 3.14 of that radius square to fill in that circle. So what I want you guys to do now is grab your secret formula books. So this is the information that you're going to write on this page. So our area formula is 3.14 because remember, that's pi. So 3.14 times the radius square. So that was our circle. And 1 radius square. It takes 3.14 of those to fill in. So this is the diagram that I want you guys to draw. So I want you to draw a circle, and then I want you to split it into 4 radius squares and draw the box around it like what I started with. So now what I want you guys to do next to that is draw an extra radius square, kind of like this one. And right here, I want you to draw 0.14, and then over here, 3, because that was 3 whole squares, and then 0.14 of that last square. So for your extras, it takes a little more than 3 radius squares to cover a circle with the given radius. So if you need to pause this so you can get that written down, that is fine. I just want to do a quick 2 problems for you. You're not writing these down in your examples, but I do want you to kind of pay attention to them because there are some things that might confuse you today. So let's say on this circle, I have a radius of 5 units. Okay, so the way that I find that area is I do pi times my radius squared. But over here, if I'm given a diameter, you want to make sure that you take that and convert it to a radius because our formula calls for a radius, not a diameter. So if my diameter is 20, that means my radius is 10. So whenever you see a circle like this that has a diameter, I want you to right away write down what the radius is. Okay? So then we would put that into our formula, pi times the radius squared. And that's how you would get your answer. And you want to make sure, since it's area of a circle, which is flat, your answer is in units square. So something that kids sometimes mess up is instead of squaring it, they just double it. But you want to make sure that you're finding out what one of those squares would be. Okay? Good luck.